Hey guys, welcome to Pages with Sidra. Today we are going to start episode 641 of I Have 90 Billion Licking Gold Coins. If you haven't watched the previous chapters, make sure to check them out on my channel. Now, without any delay, let's dive into the chapter. Chapter 1106, Marriage Registration Office. Heartbroken, despair, agony, 1,000 years of waiting, only to be met with one sentence. I want to break off the engagement. All those years of faith shattered in an instant. Everything she had worked for, who was it all for? Without Brother Heffen, what meaning did her life even have? I don't mind. I know I'm not worthy of Brother Heffen. As long as I can stay with him, I'm willing to be his concubine. With these words, Bayou 11 completely abandoned her dignity. Just like a groveling dog. 1,000 years ago, she and Saint Heffen were engaged, an event that shook the world. She was the prime candidate for his wife. But now, to willingly become a concubine, like a lowly mistress with no status. In this universe, the strong always hold the power to decide. And so, marriage takes on many different forms. There's monogamy, polygyny, polyandry, and even stranger arrangements you can't begin to imagine. But one thing never changes. The weak cling to the strong, and the strong make the rules. It's not unusual for someone at the starry sky level to become a concubine to a celestial level powerhouse. In fact, it's common. Bayou's father looked on with a trace of helplessness in his eyes. Silly girl, you're so beautiful. Do you think Saint Heffen didn't want to take you as a concubine? It's not that he didn't want to, he couldn't. The aquatic clan holds vast power and ancient roots. Shui Mengru's father is their clan leader, a true galactic level powerhouse. He rules over the ages. For Heffen to rise to galactic level himself, he needs unimaginable resources only the aquatic clan can provide. So do you understand now? He publicly broke off the engagement to show his sincerity to the aquatic clan saintess. Even if you've broken through to star-class strength, you still can't offer him what she can. Brutal, but true. And just like that, Bayou 11's beliefs collapsed. So all those vows meant nothing? Even reaching star-class couldn't change her fate. Maybe it was all predestined. I understand. Father, you don't need to say anything more. I've still got work to do. I only came to greet you briefly. In a few days, I'll apply to be transferred off Water Blue Star. She stumbled out of the house, completely devastated. Miss Bayou, why do you look so down? Qian Yuan had just returned and noticed she seemed utterly crushed. I'm fine. Let's go to the Cosmic Bank. You owe me 113.9 million Nebula coins. I want the debt notarized right now. Not a single coin less. It seemed she had found a new outlet for her anger. Ever since she met this earthling, everything had gone downhill. First, her 2,000-year savings were drained by him. Then she returned home only to be dumped. She was probably the laughingstock of all of Hanshan City by now. A massive humiliation. And it was all thanks to this jinx, Qian Yuan. If she had to suffer, then so would he. All right, let's go then. Qian Yuan noticed something was off. Wait, isn't this how someone looks after being dumped? No way, did she really get rejected? That would explain her expression. Just yesterday, it was Brother Heffen this and that, and now look at her. While flying, Bayou 11 suddenly descended to the ground. Ahead stood a towering red building surrounded by floral gardens. It was beautiful. Couples of all races came and went, mostly humans. Qian Yuan looked up. The sign above read in universal language, Marriage Registration Office. Qian Yuan, will you marry me? Bayou suddenly asked. Huh? Qian Yuan was stunned. That came out of nowhere. Miss Bayou, you know I already have someone back on Earth. I wasn't exactly prepared for something like this. If you agree to marry me, I'll cancel your debt. I just need you to play along. 1 year later, we'll get divorced. I can even sign an agreement. On Water Blue Star, there are 3 main types of marriage. What's the second one like? Asked Qian Yuan. It's the dependent marriage model, allows for multiple wives and concubines. But again, this is just for show. Heffen, you brought this on yourself. You humiliated me by breaking off our engagement? Fine, then I'll get married first. Not just that, I'll make myself someone else's concubine. Let's see if you, Saint Heffen, can stand watching the woman you once loved become another man's concubine. Her eyes burned with vengeance. The deeper the love, the deeper the hate. When a woman turns heartbreak into rage, nothing is off limits. Wait, I get to clear my debt and fake marry a beauty? Where's the downside? Chen Yuan was speechless. He realized Bai Yu was just using him. But honestly, he didn't care. As long as he could build up favorability points, all good. All right, I agree. Chen Yuan nodded. Bai Yu's favorability, -10. Current favorability, 21. Her impression of him plummeted. She saw his agreement not as helpful, but as heartless. Willing to sell himself for benefits with no principles at all. Seriously? I'm helping you, and you still look down on me. Chen Yuan grumbled to himself. Let's go, time to register. Marriage registration on Water Blue Star wasn't complicated. Just an eye scan, fingerprint, spirit imprint, and interstellar network update. In under 20 minutes, you get your certificate. The certificate itself was made from a rare kind of beast hide, guaranteed to last 10,000 years. Chen Yuan thought even for a dependent marriage, she'd register him as a husband. But to his shock, she listed him as a concubine. He was completely stunned. From the registry office, the two of them headed straight to the cosmic bank. Though they were married now, the loan still needed official notarization. Chapter 1107, Interstellar Bank Account. Hey, have you heard? Vice Manager Bai Yu's fiancé, Saint Heffen, is marrying the aquatic clan Saintess, Shui Mingru. No way, seriously? Didn't Vice Manager Bai Yu always act like she was above everyone else? She didn't even respect our branch president. Just because her fiancé was Saint Heffen, she thought she could look down on us all. Well, let's see how smug she is when she comes back now. Oh, I've got even juicier news. Heffen already sent someone to the Bai family today to officially break off the engagement. Haha. Remember how she used to go on and on about Brother Heffen and flaunt all the expensive gifts he gave her? Now look, total slap in the face. Honestly, they were never a good match. Saint Heffen is a once-in-a-generation genius. And Bai Yu 11? She only caught his attention for a moment because of her looks. She really thought she was Saint Heffen's destined wife. Please, know your place. Sure, girls from the Feather Tribe are prettier than most races. But if you want to marry into power just based on your face, you're dreaming. Only true strength earns real respect. Hongshan District, Interstellar Bank. In the bank's service hall, a group of stunning young women were chatting. Some were human. Some had cat ears. Some had foxtails. They came from different planets and species. But without exception, they were all gorgeous. The Interstellar Bank only hired attractive, friendly staff. Strange-looking creatures wouldn't be allowed at the service desk. It might make clients uncomfortable. Just then, Bai Yu 11 walked in, hand in hand with Chen Yuan, even though she had mentally prepared herself for this moment. Hearing all those whispers firsthand still made her want to explode. She had become a laughingstock. Family, co-workers, old friends, people who used to flatter her, now mocked her behind her back. All she did back then was share her happiness. How did that become showing off in their eyes? Well, if it isn't Manager Bai Yu, you're finally back. And this is... A curvy fox tribe woman crossed her arms, sarcasm all over her face. Let me introduce you, Bai Yu 11 said calmly. This is my husband, Chen Yuan, the Saint of Earth. The entire staff nearly burst out laughing. Saint of Earth? What the hell is that? These days, any random guy from some remote backwater can call himself a saint? Get real. Do you even know what the title saint means? It's reserved for only the most legendary, once-in-a-lifetime talents. Chosen by top-tier powers. Groomed as the future leaders of the cosmos. Even on a level 3 civilized planet like Water Blue Star. With over 100 billion citizens. There are only about a dozen people with that title. So what did this look like? Clearly, Bai Yu 11, proud and headstrong, couldn't handle the embarrassment of being dumped. So she grabbed some random guy, probably some hick, to pretend to be her husband. A desperate move to save face. But no one was buying it. Unless this man could shine brighter than Saint Heffen. And that was nearly impossible on Water Blue Star. Only a handful could even hope to compare. That's it for today's chapter recap. If you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest manga, manhwa, and manhwa recaps. Got thoughts on today's chapter? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on the story. See you in the next one. Until then, keep turning the pages.